Hey guys, welcome back to the daily crypto market update. Finally back in the office with the full setup. Feels good to be back. Let's get into it. Now, we did not see a crazy short squeeze on Sunday, but the price of BTC did close up on Sunday, up 1.36% over here on CME futures. We don't have a gap for Bitcoin. We don't have a gap for Ethereum. We don't have a gap for Solana, so we don't have to worry about that. And is anyone else really excited for the CME futures just to go 24/7? Like they announced that a while ago. I don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe you can leave a comment down below to let me know. But I'm excited because I hate CME gaps. It's so annoying. Now, the good news about BTC closing up in green over the weekend is obvious because we saw pretty nasty Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week. BTC almost revisiting the lows from Friday the 10th. Now, the main challenge, the main boss right now for BTC is twofold. See this blue dot? This is a TBO Close long. This is a bearish reversal warning. Obviously, it's going to print on a massive candle like we saw Friday, 2 weeks ago. The one thing is that the price still has not touched this thick line, which is now turned from green to pink because we have a TBO open short that was confirmed on Thursday, which is a bearish confirmation. Now, I want to say this loud and clear. I love the TBO. I love the fact that it shows me where the strength of the trend is and all that good stuff. But in the same way where this open long was a little bit crazy because it was overextended from the fast line after a big pump, seeing an open short like this after a massive dump, it doesn't really make me confident that this is going to be the bottoming signal. That it is what it is. It's a bearish confirmation signal. Secondly, we are due a tag of this line right here, the pink line, which is currently at $112,710, which if BTC actually did that today from the open, it's only a move of basically a little over 3%, almost 4%. But notice that the price of the fast line is now above this white line right here. This is the goal. This is the target. This is the plan for this week. This is what I am waiting for, and I am expecting BTC to come up and tag this. Now, to be honest, I have a hard time seeing Bitcoin moving above this and just rocketing past it today. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, the move is only 2%. Why is it different? It's the perspective of this. It's so weird how this happens. These are both logarithmic, and this one is also logarithmic. Why does it change? It just does. It's annoying. But this is the main level to watch. I would love to see BTC pop out of here, which on the 4-hour, it's only 2% move up to 110. If it can push above overhead resistance and stay above resistance in this area, that'd be amazing. There is historical, albeit weak, resistance here, which was previously support at $109,000, which is where the price got rejected early this morning for me over here in Tokyo. So I'm expecting the price of BTC to push above and to start moving up. Why? Simply because we're due. I know it seems dumb to say that to a lot of people, but the reality is that BTC has been chopping and oscillating in a sideways pattern for quite a while. So it's not that ridiculous for me to expect BTC to oscillate to the upside. If I just zoom out, it's just normal to see any chart, any price like this just go up, down, up. We had a massive down, and now it's time for us to go back up. That's what I think. And I still think that BTC is headed towards $130,000 by the end of this month, which from now, it's basically 11, 12 days out, which is not a lot of time for BTC to move up to 130K by the end of the month, which would be up here a 20% move. Not impossible, but it's getting increasingly unlikely. But I will say that all it takes is one good push, which is what we saw back over here on Sunday the 28th, to see BTC move up 15% in about 9 days. So a 15% move in about 9 days would bring us back up to $124,000. There are going to be lots of shorts that are going to be trying to but to force the price down. They don't want to see the price go lower. But honestly, it just feels like the pendulum is swinging back in favor for the bulls, personally speaking. Now, the one unfortunate thing about the weekend, and this is normal, by the way, is that volume usually drops off a lot, particularly for Binance's BTC USDT pair. It might be different for other exchanges, but we focus on this one because it has the most trading volume. So unfortunately, we lost our momentum. We saw basically the 5th into the 17th, so 12 days straight of good volume. Now, it's okay to have the weekend down. We really want to see volume increase today. You know what will make that increase? Is seeing Bitcoin going up higher and higher, pushing above resistance, pushing all the way up here throughout the week. That will see volume continue. On the weekly time frame, I have to remove these because it looks all weird. We did see good volume last week. So the last 3 weeks, we've actually seen good volume. We want to see this continue for this week and to continue more and more and more. If we're going to see this extend, like I'm hoping it will. Hoping is the right way to put it. We don't know for sure. The other thing to consider is that the price of Bitcoin is closed inside of the weekly TBO cloud. And the unfortunate truth about any time the price pierces or wicks inside of here, it's a sign of bearish consolidation to continue. So we could see Bitcoin still go back down to like $103,000. I do think it will have a short pop up here though to 124K and beyond, just because I'm just focusing more on oscillating cycles and patterns. Ethereum is looking okay-ish in that it has moved above short-term overhead resistance. This is what I'm expecting to see happen for BTC, by the way, a push above this resistance level, which now we're looking decent. We have a TBO Close short, which is right behind that red X, which looks a little bit weird. But essentially, it's one of these, which is a bullish reversal signal. The price has come back down to touch the fast line. So now we're waiting for Ethereum to move back up to 4,400. I know it seems crazy, but that's the direction that I expect things to go. Stablecoin dominance did move up higher on Friday. So a week later, after the Friday the 10th candle, we saw another candle, but this is what we've been watching as well. I've been watching and waiting for daily RSI to not only put in a lower high, but also break support, which is good. We want to see this continue to lose strength, which is what I expect to have happen. I expect this to start to fall down. On the 4-hour time frame, this is one of the best things that I could possibly share with you right now. I'm not kidding. The last time we got two of these TBT bearish divergences close together was on Sunday the 28th, before we saw stablecoin dominance fall 11%. Before that, it took a little bit longer, 5 days, but we saw it lose 7%. Before that, we saw it lose 6%. So I would love to see stablecoin dominance drop another 11%, even 13% or 14%. The goal or the target is to see stablecoin dominance fall a lot farther than this. We want to see it fall all the way back down here towards 6%. This is combining USDT and USDC. So this is a really, really good sign. Top 10 dominance, even though it confirmed an open short, which is bearish. On the 4-hour time frame, we have another TBO Close short, which is representing the dominance of all the top 10 coins: Solana, BNB, XRP, Doge, ADA, and SHIB. It's a good sign. TotalES.D has two TBT Bullish Divergences right here at the bottom. This is great. The next thing we need to see is one of these guys, the orange diamonds. This would be a really, really good bullish reversal signal. Also seeing it here for just TotalES, which is the market cap, excluding the dominance part of it. We only have one. We don't have two, but if we get two in a close range and a third, that'll make a cluster. A close short will be even better. The last time we saw this, we saw the market cap increase by 11% over 8 days. I'd love to see something like that. Totally 50 also has a TBT Bullish Divergence signal. Now, yes, gold is also looking still super overheated, super overbought. I honestly think it will continue to move up higher, even though there was a pretty nasty sell-off on Friday. But I mean, this is a sell-off after the assets moved up so much, making a new all-time high up to 43.80. So I don't think gold's necessarily done here. I think it could still go higher, to be honest. I mean, it's super strong bullish on the daily, strong bullish on the weekly. Weekly closed at 94.19, which is crazy. Absolutely overbought crazy. Don't think for a minute that gold is done. I still think that gold can go up higher. So that's at least what I think about that. Now, before I go any further, I want to draw your attention to the link down below, whether it's the pinned comment or in the description. Go to thebettertraders.com, learn more about our course, 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. It's a great place to start understanding how to trade on the spot market with the DCA strategy using our TBT signals that are free on the AllTrading platform. You can also get access to the TBO indicator for some trend trading strategies, as well as A/B trading, which I've talked about recently on the Coin Bureau trading channel. Plus, you get a 1-month trial to the Better Traders Club, which is awesome. It comes with tons of stuff. There's also links to sign up for Femex down below, and also for BYD5. Make sure that you sign up to the exchanges and start trading on them. That would be amazing. Now, let's get into today's picks. I have quite a bit of them. If there are coins, though, that you see that are not represented and you want to see them, leave a comment down below and let me know what you're interested in. So, starting off first with Mantle. This one did what I was hoping it would do. You can see this massive downtrend that basically was, this is what I'm hoping that everything's going to do right now, particularly for Bitcoin. But we saw Ethereum basically do the same thing, except Mantle is much lower cap. On the 4-hour time frame, we have an orange diamond right here, which is why this is an orange flag. This is a TBO Close short. It is a bullish reversal signal. I believe that Mantle has the ability to go back up here to 268 or so. I know it seems crazy and lofty. The other thing to be aware of is that it did print a second TBO Close long, which is a bearish reversal warning. The other thing that's not so great is volume has fallen down a lot. It's done this though many times. Volume falls down and then the price breaks out. Volume falls down and the price breaks out. So that's also the other reason why I think Mantle should be able to recover fairly well. And again, on the daily time frame, it's up here to the not all-time high, but the local high here at 287. But the close long is finished. It's closed. And on the 4-hour, we have a good bullish reversal signal. If you're wanting to get into this, I would wait for the price to pull back to the fast line before getting an entry, but I think it could do well. HYPE also has another TBO Close short. Note we have 2 of them back over here, and the price is still fallen against us. We want to see a lot of these print close to TBO support. Right now, we're not seeing a lot of them print there, just 1. Now, these flags here that are all green are showing bullish things that are happening on these charts. For BNB, it has a TBT Bullish Divergence. This is the first TBT Bullish Divergence, which is not part of the TBO indicator, by the way. It's a different indicator. That's the first one since when? Oh my gosh. When was the last one? Back over here in February. Well, that's a good buy the dip signal right there. That's pretty nuts. I still think that BNB is bullish, even though volume and RSI and on-bounce volume, they're looking quite bearish. Yes, we have this TBO Close long that printed on Friday last week. The next expected move is to come back up here and touch the fast line, which is currently at $1,134. Bitcoin Cash, this one is still holding the line here on the 4-hour time frame. It's still looking a little bit rough, but I do think that Bitcoin Cash has the ability to bounce back, especially if Bitcoin is going to be making a move. Bitcoin Cash should outperform BTC. It's usually what it does. Link, it did pierce on Friday the 0.5 fib level. We saw a little bit of an increase, 2.8%. It's holding short-term TBO support right here. I know it's looking a little bit bleak, but we do have another TBT Bullish Divergence here on yesterday afternoon's candle. We need a lot more of these to get really bullish and really excited, but I do think that the market will start recovering. ENA did confirm a TBT Bullish Divergence on Saturday. On Sunday, it continued to move up 4%. Caspa has a TBT Bullish Divergence, another one. It also has a higher low on RSI. So we have a second RSI reset. When we see a higher low and prices are putting in lower lows like this is actually a bullish divergence sign. Injective protocol on the 4-hour time frame has another TBT Bullish Divergence signal. Even though I had a cluster back over here, again, this one is due for a bounce, much like a lot of the market is. Near, similar story, TBT Bullish Divergence. Tau, on the daily time frame, we saw Tau actually do that TBO springboard bounce, which is nuts. And a TBO springboard bounce uses the TBO indicator. When the price is super overbought, it comes back down and tags the fast line like that. And then it goes up here to tag resistance right there, which is what it's done. Now it almost moved up here to immediate resistance, but this has been long-standing resistance for the TBO or on the TBO since the 23rd of July. And before that, we have another level of resistance from the 23rd of May. So these are significant resistance levels, but an amazing recovery over the weekend for Tau. Pump is continuing to hold the line. Saturday finally saw a good bullish bump off of this long-standing support level, which has been in play for quite a while. On the 4-hour time frame, we have 2 TBT Bullish Divergences before the bounce. That's a good sign. AVAX, another TBT Bullish Divergence. ONDO, TBT Bullish Divergence. FET has a nice, I got in too early to FET. I'm a little bit upset. But this is one that I talked about last week, saying like, these are just massively oversold charts, and it just keeps going lower. When it finally does start moving, and it did have a confirmed RSI reset on today's, or rather yesterday's newly printed candle, once it starts moving up higher, a lot of people are going to get burned on this that have been shorting, because it's been really easy to short this one that's been on a downtrend for a while. Volume, though, is looking decent. Even though it's selling volume, volume is volume. It's voting, it's attention, it's eyeballs. SPX has not closed below TBO support here, but it's wicked several times. Sunday, an okay move at 6.57%. It's still trying to move above this historical level of resistance. Maybe it's not in play. Maybe we can just remove it still. But the unfortunate thing is that volume has fallen off, and RSI is showing a lack of strength. On balance, volume is quite bearish again. It looks pretty defeated at the moment, but we have a TBT Bullish Divergence on the 4-hour. It's an early bullish reversal signal, but it is what it is. XRP, now we're looking at some blue flags. These are letting us know about some bearish things. On the weekly time frame, XRP is now printed and confirmed a TBO Close long, which we know has a bullish aspect to it, in that we expect the price to come up and tag the fast line, which is currently at 2.6847, or $2.68 from the current price. That's a move up about 13% or so. It's just the fact that I just don't like XRP. I don't think it's going to do well personally. Maybe it will have another push up by the time that we get our December rally, and maybe it can move up here to the previous high at about 355. That's a 50% increase. At least that's possible. But it's a pretty bearish sign on the weekly. Zora printed another TBO Close long. We've seen a lot of these, but of course, Zora likes to fake us out, and it's going to be popping up. It's done this many times. Back over here, it did it, just shot right up, and again and again. So maybe we'll see another move to the top side. I don't know. We'll see. Now, some charts just to be aware of. Solana is still in this bull flag. Even though it's looking very weak, it's kind of holding up in the cloud, but volume's falling off. On balance, volume is looking quite bearish, to be honest. On the weekly time frame, it's back into the cloud, which means we're back to bearish consolidation. It's difficult. I don't really see any bullish factors right now. So honestly, it's going to be Ethereum that's going to be lifting the whole market, not Solana right now. Zen, this one has fallen all the way back here to the fast line, and volume is just crazy. I think I said volume twice, but volume's fallen off a lot. That's not a good sign. Relative strength index has also fallen off a lot. Not a good sign. All of these TBO Close longs letting us know, warning, 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 warning. But at the same time, like, the right conditions could just absolutely see this one burst all the way back up and higher. Zcash, this one has been recovering over the weekend. On Friday, it moved up 6%, slowly moving up to TBO resistance. It kind of wicked into it yesterday. Today, it kind of sort of did, but resistance right now is at 246. The main concern, just like Zen, is that daily RSI is losing a lot of strength. It also put in a lower low here as far as like this one that was on the 7th, and volume has also fallen off a lot. We know that these are warning signs that the momentum is failing. Even though the price can still go higher, these are warning signs just to remind us, be careful. Yes, it's in the middle of printing an open long, but there's also pretty clear resistance 20% higher at 290. CTX, Cryptex, had a weird pump on Coinbase, but this shouldn't be surprising given the fact that 30-day or the 30 SMA of volume was down to like $50,000. So the pump that we saw on Sunday up $2 million was massive, like 20x the normal volume. Just a normal pump and dump. It's just crypto being crypto. But this also presents a really interesting opportunity for Cryptex, because we know that this chart has done this quite a bit. Not saying that we're going to ape in right away, but charts like this are basically decent A/B trading charts, and it gave, so we want to see if it'll continue to give, if you get my drift. Melon, not Melon, this one is, I always forget what the ticker name is for this one, but it doesn't really matter. We're just going to call it Melon. This one had a really interesting pump on Saturday, up 40%. Yesterday, 93%. This one also has a history of pumps and dumps, and this one has been a a fun one for trading, and it's also not been updated for quite a while because it was a previous pick for the Better Traders Club watch list for AB trading, obviously. Yes, there's a TBO Close short on the weekly, but that's a crazy amount of volatility at the end of the week, especially after a very, very violent week. H also has been having some really good moves on Bybit. On Monday, actually a week ago, 147% increase, and the price has fallen down almost a touch the fast line, and then it popped 32% again yesterday. Momentum is clearly moving up on the 4-hour time frame, on the daily time frame as well. It's strong bullish. Just be careful. I mean, we've seen this pattern before, pumps and it comes back down to the fast line, and it goes back up, comes back down to the fast line. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the same pattern play out. Now, for some requests that you guys are interested in, Avant continues to drip and drop lower and lower. No real signs of strength. On a daily RSI, it just keeps going lower. The low right now on Friday was 19.81. We're currently looking at RSI. Well, yesterday's confirmed level is 21.44. If Avant happens to bounce from here, then we would see a higher low on RSI, which is a bullish reversal sign. It's a hidden bullish divergence signal. But the reality is that volume is just dead. Absolutely DED dead. On the 4-hour time frame, yes, we've seen some bullish divergence signals that tell us that there should be a reversal, but it's strong bearish on the 4-hour. On the daily, it's very strong bearish as well. Morpho, on the other hand, is looking really decent. We had an RSI reset back over here after Friday's dump. Actually opened up a new long back over here, actually more like 180 or so, which is now up 9%, 10%, which is good. I think that Morpho has the potential to go back up here towards resistance, but it's going to take some time. This chart, though, has been amazing for trading. Even if you're not using leverage, it's really, really whippy. And charts like this are just a gift, and they allow you to trade inside of the volatility on these days where things are just up and down all over the place. ADA, this one has another TBT Bullish Divergence on the 4-hour time frame, but we really need to see a lot more of them, if not a cluster. And ideally, these guys, TBO Close shorts, these are much better bullish reversal signals, but right now on the daily, it's still strong bearish. Doge, this one has no flag because there's nothing really bullish about this. Volume has fallen off a lot for Doge, especially over the weekend. RSI did put in a higher low, technically, but it's still looking pretty beat up and beat down. On balance volume is strong bearish. Price is still strong bearish below the cloud. In order for Dogecoin to get bullish again, it has to push up and inside the cloud. Namely, it has to tag this fast line right here, the pink line. So it has to move up at least 10% and stay here. And ideally, push not just in here, but above this level. And that total move to go to the top of the cloud from the current price is a humble 22%. For Doge, that's a tall order. Is it impossible? No, not at all. Nothing's impossible in crypto, but it's not likely to see it happen. Now, let's just take a couple of things into consideration. We have a nice high here on September 12th. Sorry, that's September 13th. So we have not RSI. Oh my gosh. It's a Monday. So we have a resistance fan here that we could be watching. I think it will work. We've already seen the price break above the first one, clearly. So we saw that on Saturday and Sunday, but it needs so much more. The next level to watch is currently at 21 cents. And then above that, it's going to be 24 cents or so. And then 25 cents by the time we get there, maybe 24 cents. But that's a pretty big move for Doge, and it's already pretty strong bearish. Pendle, unfortunately, is not doing the bounce that I'm waiting for, that I've been expecting is the better way to say it. Even though we have two TBT bullish divergences here, it did push back above the 382 fib level, which I really want to see this one pump up higher. We do have good news in that we have a higher low on RSI and another really weak RSI reset, but volume is still bearish over the weekend, but that's normal. You can usually spot weekend volume pretty easily. It's going to be way below average. So in order for Pendle to go up higher, and like a lot of things, I believe that Ethereum is the one main force that has to push up a lot higher. I mean, BTC, of course, pushing up above this level will help a lot too. But unfortunately, right now, the market is really focused, in my opinion, on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But that's normal in crypto, and that's totally to be expected. So if you missed yesterday's video, I shared my targets, revised targets for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and there might be one more, Sui. So watch that video, and until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.